The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bell. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
What's happening with you, bro?
I forgot to tell you. I guess we're trying something new because I think it'll get a clear picture when we do our clips. That's why that thing popped up about the record.
I was so wondering. I was like, man, what the heck is this?
My bad. Oops. But man, I hope y'all are, you know what I'm saying, happy to join us. We happy to have y'all with us. Man, we got a great lineup of things to talk about tonight. Man, stop lying. We got some good stuff to talk about. I don't know if it's great. You know, it was gonna be a lot better if, you know what I'm saying, people had to do what they were supposed to do. But we gonna see. I got Dylan calling me. Let me see what he's talking about. Dylan, I'm on the show. I'm on the show. Bye. Oh man. Hey, speaking of one of our other babies, how you doing, Leah? Hope you're doing all right.
Better be.
Yeah. Our baby got some good news recently.
Man, they had their little sneaker ball at school on Friday.
Oh, that's what we didn't do stuff like that when I was in school. We had dances. But we didn't have no sneaker balls. So we used to have to be, you know what I'm saying, full slacks and then the bad part about it used to be right after school. So all day you walk around with that bag, with your extra set of clothes, and you know what I'm saying, showing your friend, be like, bro, I'm gonna be clean today. You be like, ooh. And look at her, she said, and I ate. She ain't 9, she 8. She ain't 7, she 8. Y'all gonna learn.
She was cute or whatever. I had a little or whatever, you know, that little or whatever part on there.
Yeah. Our kids, man, they grow up, they get so old, especially the girls. Just want y'all to know there is a shotgun. Anyway, go ahead and get ready. What's good, Tyler? Appreciate you for tuning in. Man, we're gonna get ready to jump into it, but first, y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta give a shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag. We'll be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, we are back. Um, I think we gotta start here, man. Major shout out to all the Lady Tigers out there. Um, especially, you know what I'm saying, the Lady Sports Tigers, let me say it like that. Basketball, softball, gymnastics, thumb wrestling. It don't matter. Them Lady Tigers undefeated, man. Since they I ain't gonna say undefeated. They the last time any female sports at LSU lost a game?
Didn't gymnastics lose the other day to Florida?
Did they lose? I thought they oh shoot, they finna mess me up. Oh, they did. They lost to Florida. God dang it.
That's what I thought.
That messed me up. I thought I completely thought they won. Well, all those sports. We're gonna talk about the sports that have a that ain't based off judges.
Right.
But nah, man, the last time basketball, softball lost the game?
Basketball would had to been softball hasn't lost. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball would have had to been who we lost to. We lost to Auburn, South Carolina, and Keyword
State.
right here. January 20, yeah, Miss 29th. That's when the last loss was.
January 29th. Last time that up until the gymnastics. Last time they lost the game. It's been phenomenal. It's been a major streak. Men ain't too terrible. They ain't too far behind. But they ain't too far. I'm talking about as far as the street stuff. I ain't talking about the rest. We'll get to the other stuff. But man, women's basketball. Big win on was that Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. Big win on Thursday against Tennessee. And what's that Thursday?
Auburn. That was Auburn.
Was it Auburn? Auburn. I'm sorry. Big win against Auburn, and then they turned around and had a Thursday. Then they had a huge win today against Tennessee. Haley Van Lift show.
Yeah, the Thursday was the Angel Reese show, and then today was Haley playing like we all thought she could play whenever she transferred in. Her best game as a Tiger, easily season high in points, no turnovers. She just played an overall well-rounded game. It seems like the bigs and the guards don't have a good game at the same time. It's either the bigs, like last game, Angel Reese, great game. The guards were struggling. This game, you had a good game by Haley. Michaela kind of stepped back up a little bit, but you didn't have the best game from Anissa and Angel. So if they can put it all together at the same time, they're a dangerous team and definitely a team nobody wants to see in the tournament.
Yeah, completely agree. What we saw, like you said, this is what we've been hoping. We knew Haley had the ability to score, but finding that groove, it's been a challenge for her to find that groove to compete like we thought she could. Trying to being able to my bad, Dylan just bust in here. Being able to get her shots off and also keep other people involved. It's just been we've been waiting on it.
Yeah, that's what we've been wanting to see.
Yeah. Trying to see who else. I'm looking at the box score. Yeah, Hay led all scores with LSU with 26, Michaela with 15, Angel had 11, Flage had 9, Anissa had 8, last year Poa had 3, Del Rosario had 3, and Kent did not score. So yeah. Yeah. Flage, I think I mentioned earlier she was sick.
Yeah,
So
they said she was playing under the weather.
yeah. Last year we talked about Alexis Morris. They'll go as far as saying this team will go as far as Alexis Morris takes them. I know point guard is where we focus though, but I honestly feel like right now at this point, Flage is the key.
Yeah.
Not
That's-
necessarily offensively, but her defensive, being able to step up. That's key.
Yeah, she your best two-way player, so having her on the court at her best is gonna be necessary for this team to make a long run. You're gonna need that defense and that intensity on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes. We've got Georgia coming up Thursday. In Georgia. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. You can't take anybody lightly at this point in the season. I don't know, and I guess this is the question I'm asked: can LSU improve their seeding, or is it you feel like the highest they can get is where they're at 4, projected 4?
I think they can get to a 3 seed, but I don't know if they'll get any higher than that.
Okay. They can definitely drop. They lose a couple of these games. I don't know. I don't know. You got Georgia and Kentucky left, and then in the tournament, I don't know where to go from now. It's like you at this point, you just gotta win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know teams like everybody keeps saying all these other teams losing around them, but I think LSU's non-conference schedule is gonna hurt.
Yeah, strength of schedule. Yeah.
So them other teams they can lose, but they got a better strength of schedule, so they still gonna get in the benefit of the doubt of LSU.
Yeah, completely agree. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. I just need them to make a slight little run in the tournament. Last 2 years they got what? They were one and done. Year 1, year 2, what? 2 wins in the tournament, and then they were out.
Lost to Tennessee last year.
Yeah. Keith said Thursday we get the updated projections. I think you touched on this what Wallace was saying about the, with all the losses around them, so
yeah. I think 3 is the highest.
I don't see it. Strength of schedule. Yeah. Yes and no. I get what he's saying. He said the benefit of doubt over reigning national champs. Just watch the game. Committee members. I get what you're saying, Chance. I just don't that week non-conference, and then you didn't perform. I mean, you lost against Colorado, which is probably the best non-conference you had. I'm not necessarily say you struggled in conference, but you got 2 bad losses in my opinion. With the Auburn and Mississippi State. Mississippi State not so much, but it's still a bad loss. That's just my 2 cents on it. You got anything else before we move along?
No, I'm good with them.
Yeah. Key said Virginia Tech was a good non-conference.
That was. But that's 2 games. I mean, that in Colorado was only 2 games.
All right, next up, man. I ain't gonna stay here long because this is way outside my element. LSU softball. They are, as we mentioned, undefeated. They finished off their weekend. The weekend series was they played 2 games against Boise State, 2 games against Houston, and then Austin P. They won all of course all the games. Beat Boise in 10, 3-2 on Thursday. On Friday, they beat Boise 8-5. They beat Houston 10-3 on Friday. Saturday, they beat Houston 5-0, and then again Saturday, late Saturday evening, they beat them 11-0 and beat Austin P 11-5.
Yeah, they
I don't know how
putting
much
up-
you paid attention to the softball team. Somebody yeah, I was gonna say somebody out there in the chat, let me know. Is this best teams since what was that? Like what 17 when they made that run?
Don't give me the line. Danny girl said best team by far.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Best team. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I softball a little bit outside my wheelhouse. A lot of it outside my wheelhouse. They got the Purple and Gold Challenge coming up this next week. I mean, this weekend, Friday, taking on Illinois. At 4:00 at 6:30, they at San Diego State. Saturday at 5, they'll take on San Diego State again. And then at 7:30, they'll take on McNeese. Sunday, they'll take on McNeese at 3, and then later on at 5:30, they'll take on La Tech.
I know.
What I do like about the softball. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Excuse me. I was going to say what I do like about this softball schedule. Beth has tried to schedule a variety of teams from all around the nation. You can almost prepare yourself to most of these tournaments, like the regionals and stuff, like saying different variety of teams you'll play.
Yeah. I know that schedule you talk about this weekend, both San Diego State and McNeese both have received votes for the top 25. So that she's doing a good job of mixing, power teams versus, quality teams on the schedule. It's not like the women's basketball team with a bunch of cupcakes on the schedule. She's actually scheduling quality opponents to give a team a good test, before conference gets here.
Yeah. All right. I'm starting having them issues. Next up, man, men's basketball. What do you say? Great game on Wednesday with the big upset over Kentucky, and they came out later straight. Well, I'm not gonna say that. They start off really good against Mississippi State. And then it seemed like when Tyrell Ward went out, all the air left the building.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't look like they was really excited to be there on Saturday, man. It just seemed like they was kind of going through the motions a little bit. They didn't really seem like they kind of were emotionally not up for the game, like they were, coming off those two big games that they had. I think it was just kind of emotional letdown game for them. I mean, they started pretty good in the first half, but then, like you said, Ward left the game. They weren't the same, and that second half, they just didn't seem like they had the legs up on them. They just seemed like they was kind of emotionally drained. So I think it'll be good for them to have a couple days off and then get their legs back under them, and because they got a couple winnable games left to play. They got Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, then the Arkansas game, which is going to be kind of a tough one, but very winnable games down the stretch. They just got to get their legs back under them and get back focused.
Yeah. You talked about emotionally kind of out of this game. It's almost like they had hangover.
Yep.
They celebrated too long, and that was it. Jalen Cooks, how long his injury? As far as do you know? Is that hamstring, right? That's lingering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably. They might keep him out till the tournament or close to it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that's it's very delicate because it's so easy to re-injure a hamstring. So you kind of got to take your time with that one.
Oh yeah, I trust me. I know. And then when you running like that, it's just yeah. Do you want to Key's comment about Coach Kim scheduling? You want to talk about that real quick? I have a difference of opinion. I understand what he's saying, but I think it's a farce.
I think it is too, but he's saying that Kim schedules teams to help them money wise, and each team we played did something really well, like pressing, steals, etc. So it helped us work on situations. Bruh.
There's nothing Texas Southern helping them out money wise, yeah, but Texas Southern, Mississippi Valley State is nothing that they.
Coppin State.
Yeah. I mean, and Coppin State actually gave you a game for. I mean, but it was a blowout.
But my thing is, if those teams all did something well that prepared them to let them work on situations, there was a better team that did the same thing that could have prepared you just as well.
Yeah.
Or if not better. So I feel like she scheduled teams to help their record look the way it looked going into conference play.
So okay, because we actually talked about this on HBCU. He said Coppin State was for Angels homecoming. If I'm not mistaken, Maryland is there. What's the other school in Baltimore?
I mean, Maryland would have been a real homecoming considering she played for Maryland.
Yeah, that's true.
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I get it. It's stronger. It's stronger teams that could have, But I get what you're saying. I do like that she did. We did talk about this again. See, I like that she scheduled the HBCUs and stuff. But yeah, you gotta do better. It was another incident with the storming the courts yesterday. Duke lost to Wake Forest. Wake Forest stormed the court. I ain't gonna even try to say dude's name. Yeah, he got said somebody ran into him, hurt his knee, and he said they did it on purpose. So
I don't think they intentionally hurt him, but I do think that that's something that needs to be addressed when it comes to storming the court is the player safety.
Because we saw the same thing with Angel, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I just feel like there needs to be, I don't know if there needs to be like systems in place to let the players get off the court first before they storm the court, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be, but it's definitely not a safe situation for the players to be in.
Yeah. Storming it. So, as somebody who stormed the field, it's a lot different storming a field than storming the court, in my opinion. It's because it's so tight. It's not as safe. And I feel like that's a huge issue. We never see anybody storm the baseball field. I'll tell you that much.
True.
But yeah, that's interesting. Should it be banned storming the court? And it's like I said, I stormed the field when LSU beat Bama. I was there. I think storming the court, like I just said, it should be, in my opinion, ban it. You gotta do something.
I don't know how you can ban it though, because I mean, like you can't if everybody in the crowd wanted to rush the court, ain't nothing you could do to stop them.
That's true.
So the only thing you could do is penalize it when it happens, like the SEC is done with fines and things like that. Like the ACC has nothing in place when it comes to fines for schools who storm the court or anything like that. So I think that would be the start more so than just come straight up banning it.
Yeah. What was it? Danny Girl said dog piles are dangerous too. Yeah, that's true. On those, yeah, that's true. Key said Caitlin flopped. Now that I do agree with. I think dude yesterday with the Duke, I think he kind of flopped too because he looked like he was trying to trip one of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a offensive foul when you stick your leg out, try to draw the penalty. So, yeah, karma. But yeah, it's some guy. Like I said, some gotta be done. Chance said you need the Army Corps. You need an army of cops. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Army Corps. Army of cops to stop it. Yeah. Danny said, "Don't give the NCAA any ideas because we'll be having cage games or games where the fans are outside the bubble for safety."
Yeah, it'd be like UFC.
Yeah, that's recently or earlier this week, I think 247 reported that NCAA is currently looking at possibly moving the early signing day up to the first week of December.
I think that was more so just a suggestion by the SEC commissioner than it was actual concrete. If that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. First of all, I have problems with that. If you move it up, I can understand moving it up. I would say move it up to the week after that for the second week of December. If you're gonna move it up, I know you got a different difference of opinion or a different time that you say move it up. But the reason why I say move it up into that second week in December, the first week of December is pretty much high school championship games, at least here in Alabama. I think y'all maybe a week after that. So yeah, it still would affect Louisiana if they made the second weekend. But I know Alabama and several other states, the first weekend is typically like high school championship games. But bigger than that, it's college championship week, college conference championship week. So you'll have teams trying to prepare for, championship games and still be, it's almost like you penalized.
Yeah.
So, if you win your conference, you have to deal with that. So,
but it would be a dead period, so you wouldn't be able to talk to the recruits during that time period. You know what I mean? So
dead period just means you can't call them.
Yeah, what I'm saying. So it ain't.
You still gonna talk to them. It's.
I know. I'm just saying, like it ain't doing it.
Call me. It'll be a text. Call me. Yeah.
Doing it during that week. I get what you're saying, but it ain't gonna be like they just out taking recruiting visits and stuff like that.
Yeah, no. It ain't taking recruiting, but it's still, you're in the middle of trying to game plan to win a championship, and instead of that, you've now got to sit there and text a 17, 18-year-old.
They're doing that anyway right now.
Yeah, but they're not doing it during championship week.
Yes, they are, because the signing day is after the championship week. They still recruiting.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that the deadline has moved up, but either way it go, they still be doing the same thing. It just wouldn't have that same importance of emergence. Like it wouldn't be as immediate, as urgent, considering when the signing day would be.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. That's yeah. I know we had this conversation the other day. I ain't gonna bring it back up. I feel as though And I guess my argument is a argument more of principle than of actual legitimate something that can happen. I would love to see them do some kind of limitations on the coaches instead of always doing all these limitations on the kids, because a lot of this stuff is done to try to with the portal, because that's one, moving it up would help, you know what I'm saying, give the high school kids a little bit more leg up against the portal guys. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I like I said, I would love to see them, instead of making all the rules for the kids, they make some rules for the coach. I know it ain't, it's a what you call it, it's just more of a, like I said, argument of principle.
Yeah, and my thing, I get your point about players have certain rules for when they can leave and how they can leave and thing, and there's no rule for coaches. I get that, but this is something that I thought about the other day. Like, take away the athlete part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a college student, there's only certain times you can transfer anyway.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So even if they weren't athletes, they wouldn't be able to transfer during the middle of the semester. In the other, they'd have to wait till the end of the semester. So I don't think the transfer portal window thing is really as big of a deal as it seems, because they still got to wait till the end of the semester to transfer, or the end of the quarter, or whatever to transfer. So I think the transfer windows aren't as big of a deal as people are making it out to be.
Yeah. And I get that. Well, I'm gonna rebuttal that with this, with your example, you know, about the student, because I'm honestly, I didn't even think about it like that, but that makes a lot of sense. But another thing, you don't have professors just going from university to university, just changing, you know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying, you got to follow your favorite professor or whatever.
No, that's true. But at the same time, you still, even if your coach leave, you still got to wait till the end of the semester to transfer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
the
legit.
window don't really bother you. You still got to wait till the end of the transfer. Only thing you can do is say entering the portal lets you talk to people sooner. Like right now, you can't enter the portal. But if you was already in the portal, you could be talking to people, and you just had to stay at your school to the end of the semester. That's the only difference is when you can talk to people, but you still gonna be at your current school to the end of the semester.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, that portal stuff, touchy subject. I'm gonna tell you this next story. I was excited at first, and then I realized what it meant. Eric Bieniemy is said to be headed to UCLA as an OC. I was excited for him, you know, since see him, you know, be able to, you know, do something else. But then I realized, it's like, dang, I mean, he gonna be the OC against LSU.
Yep.
I don't know how much it matters. They don't have a quarterback right now that
they ain't got much over there.
So,
that's a good hire for you.
I like that. I like the interim. I'm not interim. The head coaching hire as well.
Oh yeah.
That story in itself was you know what I'm saying, a good story. That goes back to that old coaching mess. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Bieniemy over there. I wonder if he'll be able to. I wonder how he is as a recruiter.
That's gonna be interesting right there. But ain't too many OCs that can pull out a Super Bowl ring.
Ain't too many OCs can say, you know what I'm saying. I was calling plays for Patrick Mahomes
and won the Super Bowl for it.
Yeah, 2 of them things. So, oh man, I was gonna say, but he won the DC though. I was gonna say he won. Airbnb might be one of the best OCs ever. He won a Super Bowl with Matt House on the other side.
Damn, boy.
I know House wasn't calling the plays, but sheesh. Man, something to get excited about. EA's NCAA Football 25. It looks like it's gonna be moving forward. They're gonna be announcing a date. I think they said during March Madness, something like that. Details came out about NIL deals. I think they were saying it was like $600
and a free copy of the game.
Free copy of the game.
And that's a lot of money from dog that EA putting out. If you think about it,
it doesn't sound like a lot of money per student, but it's a lot when you look at who all they paying.
135 FBS teams, 85 players on each roster. That's $6.8 million, bro. and then a free copy of the game. So ain't no telling how much that is.
Also, you gotta think about we might see they didn't rule out FCS players. Team. We might see FCS players in like a downloadable content.
It just been confirmed that there's all 135 FBS. That's why I just went with FBS. So I mean, even with just FBS, that's 6.8 mil. If you throw FCS teams in there, you're probably doubling that.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to this game.
This game gonna break up some marriages. This game gonna do all kind of stuff, bro.
Fortnite almost, you know what I'm saying? Me and Dylan be going at each other there in Fortnite. So I already know what this is gonna be like.
We just had my daughter leave us to go play Fortnite, so I understand the addiction to Fortnite is real around here.
Yeah, I played it earlier, but he was gone. I played it earlier. I almost won. I came in second place, bro. I'm like the Mar Levy Fortnite, bro. Every time I play, bro, I didn't have I came in second place like 8 times straight, and then I finally won.
Can't get over the hump.
I finally won one, but they be killing me literally. Man, we got spring football. The USFL, not USFL, excuse me. Yeah. The UFL started training camp yesterday.
I did not even know, bro. I've been so out the loop.
Yeah. I just thought it's funny because I actually I saw the story on ESPN and it made me kind of look into it. So I started looking into it. The way it's going to go, they're going to carry 70 players through training camp. When the season starts, they'll have to cut down to 50. Yeah. So I'm trying to tell you the teams because I know we hadn't talked much about. I know we knew that it was going to be. Hold on, let me go back and find it. There are 4 teams from the USFL, 4 teams from the XFL. Hold on, let me see. Here we go. Teams. There was one crossover team, Houston. I forget how they did it. They kept the USFL team name, but gave them the name from the XFL. It was something like that. But they broke it down like almost like AFC, NFC did when they merged. USFL conference it's going to have Birmingham Stallions, Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers. The XFL conference is going to have the Arlington Renegades, the DC Defenders, the San Antonio Brahmas, and the St. Louis Battlehawks. Nobody from the West Coast. They'll get there. Something else I don't like, the kickoff that they do, that, you know what I'm saying, the USFL, XFL got famous for the, you know what I'm saying, can't move, you line up like 20 yards. They're getting rid of it, going to the traditional kickoff for the NFL, like that the NFL does. I don't like it, personally. Safety wise.
Yeah, I don't like it neither, but your girl over here texting me, Adriana, She said it won't let her sign in the comments, so she made over here.
Oh man,
she just had to let us know she was watching. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I appreciate you watching. Matter of fact, you know what you can do? You can go back and watch again, and log in. It should let you log in, and then you can comment after the show, and we'll still see it, and we'll comment back. Scouts, I don't know.
That girl crazy, man. She really upset over here too about it, boy.
I don't blame her. She should be. You two, get yourself together. But yeah, man. UFL.
She texted me and said, "Tell him I said there's too much work."
That's funny. Oh man.
That girl crazy, man.
UFL. Are you gonna watch? I guess that's the next question.
Depending on what else there is on to watch, because I'm probably not putting it above the March Madness. Yeah, so I might catch them on the weekend when March Madness got like a bye week or whatever, you know, something like that, and after March Madness, but March Madness gonna come first,
which is gonna be interesting because I think it starts the end of March, runs for 10 weeks straight, no
interruptions,
no bye weeks, yeah, and then it goes into playoffs. That'll be interesting in itself. All right, man. Your favorite subject? Let's talk a little baseball. Baseball team. They dropped one this weekend. They dropped the game on Friday against
Stony Brook.
Bruh. Preston. Shout out Preston guy. Peyton daddy. Preston said that they should ban Stony Brook from Alex Box Stadium.
Well, apparently nobody remembers the time LSU beat Stony Brook in 2019. Everybody just remembers the time they lose to Stony Brook.
That's my first thought of Stony Brook is always when they beat LSU
in the Super Regional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Them and Coastal Carolina. I'm telling you, listen, I be scared of them little schools, man. I be respecting. But they did, like I said, they they beat LSU. Thoughts, man. Because a lot of people seem to have a thought, in base, like they treat baseball like football. They look at baseball with football kind of eyes. And they be like, man, you lost to a FCS school or however you look at it. But it's not. There is no FCS in baseball or basketball for that matter.
I think that was just one of them games, bro. Excuse me. You couldn't. But the wind was blowing in, so you had a lot of deep flyouts that would have been home runs on another occasion. And Stony Brook just pitched pretty well, honestly. You didn't pitch very well. You allowed some walks and some errors and things like that. So it was kind of a perfect storm for Stony Brook, and they caught them at the right time. But LSU ain't got nothing to worry about. You look at what happened in the game since then. They went out and took care of business. Even today, took care of business against Stony Brook. So I think it's early in the season. Jay still kind of find out who he can rely on as far as arms, when to bring certain guys in, getting his rotations right, and then and he's still tinkering with the batting lineup too. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out who to put in what positions in the order. So it's way too early in the season for me to be worried about that loss. I mean, you wasn't going undefeated, so just go ahead and get that L out the way. That way you can just focus on playing baseball here on out, instead of trying to remain undefeated.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was just talking the other night in Spaces about baseball team and stuff about what's the guy? Tommy Tanks.
Yep.
He's not there right now. I know physically he's somebody mentioned that he's still recovering from the shoulder and stuff. But I think mentally he's not there. I would, if I were coaching baseball, which I have no reason to be, but if I was to coach baseball, I would probably sit him a game or two just to mental reps or whatever. I would still bring him in the game later on to get like a bat, the pinch, pinch hit or whatever, and maybe play the field a little bit, but because his fielding ain't the issue, it's truly at the plate. He's swinging at stuff he has no business. So
I think part of it is he not gonna get as many pitches to hit this year. He's the guy that game planning around, so he just got to have a more disciplined approach at the plate. Not necessarily swing at every first pitch you see, and kind of be more disciplined and wait for the right pitch, because you're not gonna see too many of them. So when you get the right one, you're gonna have to make them pay for it.
Yeah. Outside of that, I like what I've seen from a lot of the young guys who got on the team, and new guys. Malam, phenomenal. I saw that what everybody was talking about in Cam Johnson. We saw that today a little bit. Jay Johnson played about 8 or 9 pitches, seemed like, today, and still probably had another 10, 12 that were available.
Yeah, we got plenty of depth in the bullpen. That ain't no issue.
Yeah. So, Penn said Tommy is actually being more patient at the plate this year than last. Now he is, but the last few, like the first few games, he was swinging first pitch. He has, like, the last few games started being a little bit more patient. Chance says Tommy was actually batting .345 going into today. And this is another one I like. Fidel, I like him too. I like him. He got it together right now, pitching wise. So I like what I see out of him. I do want to ask you about one thing, Guidry. I honestly thought he was a pitcher by necessity last year, and we see him in the field this year. But it seems as though, that's where they're gonna keep him.
Yeah, he got that mindset to be a good closer, though, bro. He got that mindset of, I'm the baddest dude out here and I can get anybody out. So I mean, whenever when you got a guy with that mindset, and then the stuff to back it up, I mean, he could come in there and he can just sling it, bro. And that's more valuable to me right now for what this team needs than putting him at shortstop. I mean, when you look at what Braswell's the vacuum out there. He ain't letting too many things get by him in the field. And so when you have a guy who's that good defensively, I mean, you having a guy who can come in and get you three straight outs in the ninth in a high pressure situation is more valuable than having a backup shortstop.
That's true too. That's true. Plus Milan got that. I think he got that sold up as that backup shortstop. PJ said he wants to grow that Fidel stash. Tyler says Guidry needs another pitch in his opinion. Yeah, I can see it. Man, I think that's about it. All we had. I'm trying to think. Did we cover everything? I think that was it. You got anything before we get up out of here? Any news or something that we may have missed?
No, that's all I got, man.
Right, y'all got anything in the chat before we skedaddle? I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry now. I do know what I want to talk about. We talked about these small teams and stuff in baseball. Did you see Clemson score Friday night? They were undefeated going into the game. But did you see that score? Say what?
They lost the series, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they won the series.
Oh, they did.
They
Okay.
lost. They won the series. Hold on, let me bring it back up.
Kennesaw State. And I know Kennesaw. They was like 6 outs away from taking the series. Last I looked at it.
Yeah, Kennesaw State beat them on Friday night. 18-1.
Yep.
Yesterday was a close one. Clemson ended up pulling it out 8-6, and then they won today 7-2. Yeah, so this is interesting. So next week, Friday, they play South Carolina in South Carolina. I mean, in Columbia, South Carolina. On Saturday, they play at Columbia, South Carolina, but it's a neutral site game. And then on Sunday, they play in Clemson.
Yeah, so East Carolina and North Carolina did the same thing this weekend.
Yeah, it's like a 3-game series in different places each time.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Spring, Chance said, when is spring practice?
The spring game is, hold on, I want to say the spring game is this. Yeah.
Practice started March 5th.
Next week, I mean. Let's see. Yep. Oh, March 5th, March 9th. I see. That's what I see, the first practice day. Am I looking at the right thing? Nope. I'm looking at 2023.
Mine said March 5th. Spring practice day. Week 1, March 5th, 7th, and 8th. Week 2, March 19th, 1st, 22nd, 23rd. Week 3, March 26th, 28th.
Yep. Yeah, I looked at I Googled it, and Google gave me 2023.
Yeah.
Good job, Google. Pro Day, March 27th.
It's about the time for the combine and everything.
Yeah, it is. Man, the Pels blew my parlay the other night.
They blew mine tonight, so it's all good.
They was doing all right. They was about to win it until they decide to go upside Jimmy Butler head.
Jimmy Butler got what he deserved.
Then they was I saw where they was trolling Stephen A. Smith.
I knew they was gonna lose as soon as they did that.
Almost, baby. Almost done. Yep. All right, man. Let's get up out here. Dylan is he's requiring that I get off out of here. We'll be back this week, next week. I don't know. Just pay attention. Just pay attention to your notifications. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share. Oh, Dan is trying to be funny. She said she walked away. Did we cover any little things that happened today? He didn't even. Well, he gave up a hit. 1 hit, 2 hits.
He wasn't great. I say that.
He wasn't great, but he wasn't in there. But what, like 2 or 3 pitches? I mean, 2 or 3 batters. So, shoot, to be honest, it was a lot of pitches that weren't good today for LSU, especially late. So, but yeah.
She don't want to go, bro. You need to get ready for school anyway, little girl. It's about that time. So,
yeah. All right, man. Let's get ready to get up out of here. where my stuff at? We'll be back next week sometime. Hold on. We got music. I forgot we got outro music. Let me get this stuff.
Play my theme music.
All right, man. We'll be back next week sometime. Like that. We out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Golden Boot. On Instagram at Golden Boot. On YouTube at The Golden Boot Pod. On Facebook at The Golden Boot Pod.